Hi, I'm Edward Panos, and this video talks about Apple and Tim Cook starting a $1 billion fund to create jobs in America. Now, if we look at Tim Cook in his past 5 years, all he's really done is ride the coattails of Steve Jobs, in my opinion. That he has done financial moves rather than creating technology that we all love. Now, having said this, I'm recording this on an Apple phone that's over a year old. I have Apple TV running in the background. So Apple has become a part of all of our lives, but not because of Tim Cook. Now, if you look at the past couple of years, let's take, for example, last year, Apple lost 45.5 million in sales in September. Tim Cook did take a pay reduction on his bonus from last year, which was the first time that that's ever happened. So he took 85.5% of his bonus. But don't feel too sad for Tim Cook, because his 5 years invested in Apple computers has 1.3 million shares of restricted stock that has been lifted, equaling somewhere around $130 million. Not bad for somebody who doesn't really do anything but ride Steve Jobs' coattail again. Now, Apple does have some positives coming up. Warren Buffett has joined the board and bought a big chunk of the stock. So you have to ask yourself the question, is Tim Cook making these moves, or is Warren Buffett telling Tim Cook what moves to make? And I'm going to go with the latter, that Tim Cook is now riding Warren Buffett's coattails. So if I were in a position to tell Tim Cook what to do, or to tell the board of Apple what to do, which I'm not, I would say we really need to find ourselves an innovative guy, a CEO that can spark the same kind of excitement that Steve Jobs sparked, that they can come out with innovative products that changed our lives like Steve Jobs did. They don't really need a CEO to run Apple per se. They need a promoter. With Warren Buffett on the board and the board of directors being very competent, somebody that can really get people excited about Apple again, coming out with a product that can really bolster why we all love Apple, would be the next move, in my opinion. So do me a favor, read my article. It has some facts about Steve Cook's salary. It has some facts about Apple's sales figures. And even though I'm not a big fan of Steve Cook or of Tim Cook's, I am a big fan of Apple and Steve Jobs. God rest his soul. My name is Edward Panos, and this is my opinion.